subscribe. Already up over 300 this evening. Woo. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Everyone throws the likes in there, and we're good. Mo Archer, did you hear that Melton started your 2-year countdown to divorce? That guy has had to take so many L's from us of his own creation. He's like created these, he creates these holes and then he walks into them and then he goes, damn you, Steeltoe. And we sit and laugh at him and he goes, what? I'm going to get them. It's like, you trying to get me put you in this hole you're screaming from. Like now he's threatening to sue like Twitter accounts. There's a Twitter account, Misery Loves Clips. And he's like, if you play any more of my clips, then I'm going to take legal action against you. It's like,
if they don't play?
If they do play, if they keep clipping his stuff. And it's like, dude, you need to fucking chill. It's just the internet.
Well, he needs to sue because he has no money.
Yeah.
Remember that. It's his wife.
Like, I guess, he can't even afford health insurance, people were saying.
I think we can pass along to, what is his name? Fat Titty Onion Guy?
Fatty Patty 3 Seats is another
I've heard so many lately. I can't keep them straight. I don't like the guy, of course. Yeah, we just had, our 2-year wedding anniversary, and we're going on 4 years together as a family and all that. On Saturday was our anniversary, and somebody's like, well, what is this, a Make-A-Wish? And I'm like, do you think I'm going to leave him and go out with you? Yeah. Like, that's always my favorite. So Melton can start this 2-year divorce train, you know, if he wants to. But, buddy, I ain't coming for you when it's over.
Yeah. And now he thinks he's going to threaten to sue this guy. It's like, dude, what I do appreciate about him is, and we've pointed this out many times before, and we called like all of his meltdowns, but
he has a perfect last name for him. Yeah,
he is. Yeah, just like watching him. Somebody said he's Sideshow Bob stepping on rakes, but they're rakes that he put out. Like it's amazing. He's like, I'm gonna put out rakes. He's Wile E. Coyote running into the brick wall he painted.
I really just do. I want all of the men out there who shit on my marriage or my sex life, which is fantastic, by the way.
How dare you?
Any of it. I want you all to know that I am 110% not sleeping with you if I ever leave this guy.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that whole threatening to sue that guy thing, and then I guess he quit Kevin's show because it comes out that the reason he quit Kevin's show is because he can't sell merch anymore, and that was his payment on Kevin's show, was selling merch.
Hold on, what do you mean he quit Kevin's show? He's part of that show?
Well, he was on Misery Loves Company.
I didn't know that.
And then he quit because he wasn't making any money doing it because Kevin said, well, keep whatever MLC merch you sell. And here's the problem that you have with merch. And I guess these people, this is their first time having any kind of like minuscule popularity, so they don't get this. You sell merch in one big wave, and then if you don't grab any new fans, you don't sell any more merch. So you have this big wave of merch.
They all think it's like...
It's never going to stop.
Right.
And it doesn't. It does stop. It stops pretty quickly. And so he wasn't making any more. He said he hadn't sold anything in like 2 weeks.
That's why a lot of people... like out there in the streaming world and stuff, they will have a set number like of items per shirt or something, and then when they sell it out, they're done because they know it's not going to keep going.
Well, and then he had this problem where he kind of choked on his own dick again, where he goes, I would box Steeltoe, and then he repeats it 19 times to cover 30 minutes of content because he's remarkably untalented. He goes, I'm gonna box Steeltoe. He talks like he's eating.
Boy, them poor little toothpick arms aren't gonna last. Yeah. Sorry.
And then I said, well, yeah, fucking get down here. Well, you gotta fly me down. I'm like, no. Get down here. And then finally I went, if you're gonna be a crybaby about it, find a flight, send it to me. And then when you get here, because I don't think he has the balls to come down here and do it. I go, when you come here and we do the thing, then I'll reimburse you. Because you're going to be too hurt to go and actually walk your ass into the airport and move. You're going to be fucked up. And now, total radio silence on that. So, again, challenging people to boxing matches is fucking gay, first of all. But if you're going to do it, I'm going to say, okay, let's do it. And then he keeps finding ways to try to back out. And then after he backs out, he goes, it was never serious anyway. It's like,
well, maybe... He wants you to spar with him when we're in Vegas sometime.
Hey, when I come to Vegas, I'll drag your ass to either the Mayweather Boxing Club. I'll drag you to Joey Vacco's or something.
I would rather not.
We'll go to City Gym. We can spar. We'll get you your what do you call it? Your USA Boxing insurance, and we'll do the thing. You don't have to pay a dime. I know you're missing your money.
No, you're not paying for it. He's going to be all in if he's going to spar with you.
I know you don't have any money. I guess your wife's leaving you is what somebody said. It's projection. His wife is actually leaving him.
That's not a surprise, though. I'm sorry, and I have no idea.
How could you live with someone who does that all day?
I don't know anything about his wife, and here's the difference between me and him. I don't want to. The only reason people know about yours is I stream with you. I do a show with you. A show. And
if she's leaving him, then I'm sure she's a nice lady.
I'm sure she is. Honestly, I'm sure she's fine and wants nothing to do with the disgusting crap he puts on the internet. But he doesn't. Most people that have anything negative to say about somebody else's relationship or their home or anything that they have, their children, their parents, their families, it's because you don't have anything nice. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I couldn't find a bad thing to say about your wife.
He steps on his own rakes. He keeps losing to us without us even fighting him. It's so odd because for 6 months now, he's been tapping on our shoulder. Notice me, notice me, notice me, notice me. And then when I turn around to Ever and I go, yeah, what do you got? He falls down and then he goes, oh, why are you hitting me? I'm like,
that's what people like him are great at, though.
I know. And then he goes, you're losing to me. I'm literally looking down at you, son. What do you need?
That is most cowardly bullies in the world. They will do everything to try to cause you pain. And then you finally get so annoyed like a mosquito in your ear and you swat at it. And oh, God, why? Oh, look at what that guy did. What a monster.
Soft Weekly says Melton said he would pay his own way. All you have to do is set it up. Well, he needs to get in touch with me if we're going to set the thing up. But you don't need to set it up. Just come to the St. Cloud Downtown Boxing Club on Thursday nights. I'll be there. I'm basically holding court in the ring. I go through 10, 11 rounds of sparring with guys. He can even jump in at the end when I've gone through all the actual good fighters. And I'll smack him around then, too. I mean, all he's got to do is stop those little gums flapping, which you'd think would burn more calories than they do. It's remarkable, actually. It should be a science experiment. All he's got to do is stop flapping those gums, stop throwing food into it, take a 5-minute break, get out here, and we'll do it. But guys, what you have to learn about him, and you probably know this if you're a fan of us, but if you're a fan of his, you have an IQ that's at Forrest Gump level right here. He's going to have to go to a special school. He never tells the truth about anything. He lies constantly. He projects terribly. He's just a wounded, hurt, bullied fat kid who never got older.
This is what I was thinking earlier before I lost my train of thought. Okay, so he starts a 2-year divorce countdown for us.
Yeah.
What is he going to do if that happens? What's he going to do if it doesn't happen?
I have bad news.
What does he do?
Pat,
Either way.
Pat, I've got bad news for you. If that happens, you're still going to be remarkably obese and unhappy.
Dude, I'm not fucking you. I promise. I go to Vegas a lot, for most people's standards. I'm not fucking you. I don't care.
Oh.
I don't, my whole thing is I don't give a fuck if somebody gets divorced. I don't care if he gets divorced. I don't care if Kevin gets divorced. I would care if we got divorced. I'd care quite a bit. But I can't imagine having a countdown clock for somebody else's relationship because the thing about having a countdown clock for something like that, you need to have a plan for when that 2 years is up.
Pat, I have bad news. Now girls are making you look ridiculous. Maybe it's time to stop.
Have a plan.
Crunchy Cynicism with $20. Thank you very much for that. Appreciated. 2:10 away from knocking it out today. And 10 minutes left in the hour. So we'll get under, let's get under 200 by the end of the hour. Thank you very, very much. Melton looks like a factory farm chicken, way too big in the body and little legs and arms. It's mean, but it's accurate.
And you know what? The thing is that if he hadn't obsessed over me and probably how hot he thinks I actually am, silently, he won't ever tell you that. Yeah. But if he hadn't zoomed in on my forehead for weeks on end, I would never talk about how you look because I wouldn't care. And I still don't.
To have that fat of a body and to zoom in on anyone's anything, there's a lot of pain and mental illness in there.
It's kind of like what you just said. Dude will zoom in on my forehead and stream snipe us, which is gay as hell, by the way, for weeks, months even. And you'll look like you do. I have no idea what you're getting after here.
Nobody Likes Onion says, I gave her 2 years because that's all I have left to live.
See, now that's funny.
That makes sense.
That would make a lot of sense.
That makes a whole lot of sense. I will give him this.
Funny.
I will give him this. He has no shame, so he takes a really good internet punch because all he does is get this shit, like from Red Bar to Kevin to us to everyone, like even Chad Zumach beats the shit out of him. He really does just kind of travel community to community, getting his ass kicked and then wondering maybe it's going to be different this time.
I think it's hanging around Gino maybe too much or something like that, or you, I don't know. But my whole thing now is like every reach that the trolls put out there about us or our show or our families, I'm like, I hope you do have a plan at the end of this thing, like a countdown.
Oh no, you like I don't know.
I would love to see what your plan is.
I don't think the way you do. Like sometimes you'll go like, and I'm not gonna fuck you and this and that. My thing is, I find them all hilarious. Like they're my children.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's funny.
Like they're my puppies, and I'm watching them pee on the floor.
But they don't have a plan once they've peed on the floor. They're like, oh,
Taste
shit.
Fairy says, and the eczema, don't forget about the eczema. You know, a lot of morbidly obese people who don't go outside, they get eczema, they get skin rashes and shit like that. That's no joke. It's akin to bed sores.
Icky.
Because they're so inactive and they get no sun and they don't go outside. And you end up getting rashes. You end up getting eczema and bed sores from being so, what do they call it, sedentary.
See, even that is above my level of interest. Like I said, if he hadn't opened that door of making fun of my appearance, I don't give a shit to know what he looks like. I don't know what a lot of these people look like.
He also has to thank me for the content, because one thing he does is play himself getting owned and then talking about it like he's not. It's brilliant.
Don't tell me that guy has bed sores and stuff. I don't want.
He probably does. He's the guy with the meatballs in 7. He's the spaghetti guy. He's what do you call it? Sloth? No, he's not sloth. He's gluttony. He played. He has a SAG card from when he played the gluttony guy in 7.
See, but every time you bring up somebody overweight with bed sores, I start thinking about my 600-pound life and the crane that picks you up out of bed to the bathtub just so you can wash between the folds.
You joke, but
it makes me really uncomfortable. I'd like to pretend he doesn't have those.
You joke, but he's not far off. Samuel Warner with $5 says, "Good evening, folks. You are looking lovely with that shirt, April."
Oh, thank you.
There you go. 2:05 away from tonight. Oh, look at that. 7 minutes left in the hour. Almost under 200. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships. Thank you. Cum Dragon. I love that name. Everybody start gifting subs and let's somehow get Cum Dragon ending up with one. He says, who has made more money off of you, Melton or Gino? That is a good question. Every dime. There is not a dime that fat fuck has made in the last 6 months that hasn't been my responsibility or Kevin Brennan's responsibility. So he needs to thank God or Allah, whoever he prays to, probably the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, for Kevin and I. But I would say he doesn't make a lot of money. That's the thing. So I would say him.
I have heard by all accounts, and like I said, this shit comes to my doorstep. I don't look, but I have heard the wife is the breadwinner over there.
She is. He doesn't even have insurance. I mean, it's bad news.
So again, stop with the details. I don't want you to keep making this shit worse.
I listen to Kevin. I listen to Kevin Brennan. He tells me the truth.
I don't know these things. I don't need to.
Samuel gifting a sub or a membership. This time, Nobody Likes Onions gets it. Thank you very much, buddy. Nice. And that puts us at 200 for the night. Thank you very much. All right, I saw that one comment and I went off on a rant. And who gives a fuck? Let's move on to something else. I'll tell you what it is, April. You're looking at something that's already dead and you keep beating it, and you look at yourself and you go, I'm enjoying beating this thing, but I have to exercise some discipline here and realize it's dead and move on.
But it's simpler than that. You're just getting stuck in the folds.
Oh, it's the fat folds. It's all that meat. Like, who wants to do that? Like, who wants to go on the internet and do a show where they're just going, all these people are talking about what a fat, giant, 450-pound piece of shit I am. Let me tell you why I'm not. Like, who wants to spend their time on the internet defending that they're not a 450-pound piece of shit when we can physically see you being a 450-pound lying piece of shit? Like, who wants to live that existence? It has to be just a lifetime of shame that you've gotten used to. All right, moving on.
Okay.
200 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. Moving on with tonight's program, because look, could I talk shit about people all day? I could. But I get nervous because my audience doesn't like it. They don't care about it. They don't give a fuck about it.
It's fun for a minute.
I think it's fun. I think it's hilarious. I'd still be talking shit about all of these people, playing clips of them, goofing on them. If I didn't have, 100 people pulling me in different directions going, no, don't. I'd still be fucking on all these people. But what do? You gotta make your audience happy. In fact, I've probably gone too far and probably lost people in this segment, to be sure.
Well, you haven't lost me yet. The countdown's on.
We're still up over 300 people or so. Thank you guys very much. Okay. Bo Archer says, damn, I asked one question. You gave me 20 minutes on Melton. You need to clip that epic rant. Look, every rant about him is the same rant, Bo. I'm going to give this gift to you. Why don't you clip it and you can have it? I don't need it.
He's just another guy on the internet setting himself up for failure by predicting somebody else's failure. That's all.
Well, I think it's less than that.
I think he has fun with it.
It's less than that. I think that he's already in the failure, so it's kind of easy to get there from there.
But when you keep doing things like going to Kevin's stream or this one and setting up countdowns for people's divorces, and they don't pay off, buddy.
And then you keep tripping over your own dick.
If you can find it,
you
dude,
fail on Kevin's show. You pick on Corey. That doesn't go anywhere. Oh boy!
Yeah, Corey seems real bothered by you, by the way.
Yeah. I like it.
I think Corey's doing just fine.
Yeah, as that guy continues to fuck up. All right, let's go into this Ozempic thing. I get more and more confused every time I read about this Ozempic.